listening to Coffee and Conversation with Recovery Advocate Network, the nonprofit organization that strives to address the staggering disparity in resource availability for individuals suffering from mental health disorders, processing disorders, addictions, trauma healing, and sexual identity challenges. Together, we strive to end the stigma associated with these challenges so that true healing can begin. Welcome back to Coffee and Conversations Between the Lines Blog Club series. This is episode number 70, where Sharon Lawrence will read Joshua Young's blog post, Breaking the Silence from Hidden Abuse to Hopeful Recovery, about Sharon. Sharon may be best known for her multiple Emmy Award-nominated and SAG Award-winning portrayal of Assistant District Attorney Sylvia Costas Sipowicz in NYPD Blue. She also played numerous other roles, from a recurring role as a stay-at-home mom prostitute in Desperate Housewives to a charming but murderous realtor on Monk. She has also had recurring roles on Ladies' Man, Shameless, and most recently, playing Missy on all 3 seasons of the Paramount Plus show Joe Pickett. An accomplished stage actress, Sharon has appeared in numerous plays, including her solo play, The Shot, which is currently performing around the country. Sharon's performance has been described as a luminescent performance, informing us that sexual and psychological abuse knows no boundaries of economy or class or fame. You can learn more about Sharon and The Shot in the show notes. Between the Lines episodes are written by guests who prefer to use their written voice instead of their interview voice to share their stories. As a reminder, we want to remind you that the views expressed in any blog are solely those of the author. Our aim is to provide a safe place for their voice to be heard. In this episode, we discuss a sensitive topic, domestic violence. If you find yourself feeling distressed, please remember to reach out to your support system. Your well-being is our utmost priority. Just a reminder about the Recovery Advocate Network, or RAN. Our mission is to support individuals dedicated to their recovery journey, but facing challenges due to insurance issues. We are on the verge of funding our first bridge grant, which will provide crucial financial assistance to those in need. Your contribution, no matter how small, can make a significant difference in changing and saving lives. We are grateful to have you as a part of our community. So consider visiting our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org and clicking the donate button today. Okay, so what are we waiting for? I am really moved by this episode. I hope you are as well. Now it's time to fill up your coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Breaking the Silence from Hidden Abuse to Hopeful Recovery. Written by Joshua Young, read by Sharon Lawrence. I recently had the profound honor of being invited to speak at a local recovery center. It was a humbling opportunity to share my own story, a journey from the depths of despair to the hopeful light of recovery. I discussed my struggles with alcohol, the darkest moments, and how I found my way back, thanks to relentless support of community and the undying belief in a better tomorrow. My goal was to extend a hand of solidarity and hope to those battling their own demons, especially those in the early days of their recovery. The most important piece was to address the root cause of my drinking, the sexual abuse that I endured in my early teens, which ultimately led to decades of self-destruction to numb the pain. I wanted them to hear firsthand that by addressing my root cause, I was finally able to get the help I desperately needed. Drinking is often a symptom of a bigger issue, and until they deal with their root cause, they'll likely be back in this recovery center a few months from now. As the attendees absorbed the nuances of my story, their faces reflecting a spectrum of emotions, A reserved woman in the back raised her hand to share her experience. I'd later find out that she had been a quiet presence in the center, a newcomer grappling silently with her demons. Today, her voice quivered as she stood up, a visible tremble running through her as tears streamed down her face. The room's atmosphere thickened with empathy as she unfolded her tale of torment behind the facade of a perfect life. Married for 15 years, her initial fairy tale narrative began to crack significantly about 5 years in, revealing a darker undercurrent. Her husband, successful and the sole breadwinner, began to manifest his darker side, his words laced with venom, especially when alcohol loomed in the equation. What started as verbal assaults escalated to physical aggression. She recounted the first incident that marked the physical abuse, a brutal hit that left a significant bruise under her eye after a night of his heavy drinking. Embarrassed by her far from perfect reality, which contradicted with the idealistic picture others held of her life, she turned to alcohol as a veil to obscure her pain and to cope with her increasingly unbearable existence. As the years wore on, the abuse not only persisted but intensified, culminating in a nightmarish episode that landed her in the hospital with a broken arm and a fractured jaw. It was this crucial incident that forced her into the open, revealing the extent of her suffering to her parents. With newfound clarity and support, she and her young daughter escaped the toxic environment. They sought refuge with her parents, where physical safety was finally assured. However, the shadows of her experiences lingered, tainting her emotional well-being. Alcohol, once a partner in masking pain, now became her sole confidant, deepening her descent into depression. Her struggle with alcohol reached a turning point when her parents, witnessing her downward spiral, intervened. With their encouragement and the help of a professional interventionist, she finally sought the help she desperately needed. Now, 16 days sober, she was sharing her story publicly for the first time, stepping into the light of truth and communal support. Her story is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of abuse, often hidden behind closed doors and masked by the veneers of normalcy and perfection. Abuse, in its many forms, remains a hidden scourge, wreaking havoc not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically. And it pushes many towards destructive behaviors as coping mechanisms, with alcohol often becoming a refuge for the pain that feels too acute to face alone. This narrative serves as a crucial beacon for awareness, highlighting that those suffering from abuse are not alone. It underscores the importance of recognizing abuse's signs and reaching out for help. Support systems like family, friends, professional counselors, and recovery groups play integral roles in navigating out of the shadows of abuse. Moreover, community centers and hotlines provide immediate and anonymous support for those who fear further exposure. As we share and listen to such profound experiences within recovery settings, we reinforce the power of community and the possibility of healing. For anyone struggling in silence, remember, revealing your story can be the first brave step toward a new chapter of life, one marked by healing and hope, not by pain and secrecy.
Thank you for joining us today with your coffee and conversation. We hope you've been encouraged and learned something from today's story. To learn more about today's guest, please check out our show notes for more details. Now it's time to remember to like this episode, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to ensure you do not miss future episodes. Recovery Advocate Network envisions a world where individuals with mental health challenges receive comprehensive and effective treatment without the worry of financial burdens to themselves or their families, all without the stigmas often present in society. We are proud that every individual working with RAN does so on a 100% volunteer basis. You can support the mission by making a financial donation via PayPal or Venmo, or email donate@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org if you would like to donate items for our next fundraising auction. Please visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org to learn more. Now, stay in the loop about upcoming events, future episodes, and more by following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all major podcast platforms. As a reminder, the experiences and advice expressed in this episode are the host and guest's own personal stories and do not represent the opinions of any organization mentioned. RAN is passionate about opening the doors for all voices and experiences, not just those expressed in any particular podcast. If you want to share your experiences or expertise, we encourage you to be a future guest by emailing us at podcast@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org or submit a blog by emailing blog@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org. We also encourage you to comment on the episode so that we can continue to provide content that is most beneficial to the community. How do you do that? Visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org, and in the top right corner, click that comment button and comment. So listeners, what do you need to do? Pause what you're doing, subscribe, follow us. Please give us a like and a 5-star rating, write some meaningful comments, and most importantly, share these episodes with your friends. You never know whose heart you will touch, so please be a part of a reason someone has new hope today. If this episode was triggering to you, we encourage you to contact your support system, therapist, national and community support groups, the Global Crisis Text Line by texting 741-741, and/or if in the U.S., dialing 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you're in the U.S. and need additional resources such as shelter, support group resources, transportation, food, and/or a safe, confidential path out of physical or emotional domestic abuse, please call 211 or visit www.211info.org for assistance. Now, we know you are very busy, and we are grateful that you said yes to sharing time with us today. If you stuck to our 3 C's of engagement and listened to the full episode, then visit the podcast section of our website and leave the comment about the podcast, and you'll be entered to win an autographed copy of one of the books from one of our book club series, as well as a Coffee and Conversation coffee mug. So thanks again. Until next time, back to your coffee.